Okay, so maybe it's just me, but what little boy doesn't at one time or another dream about being in the FBI? It's the elite law enforcement agency in the United States that puts trainees through real-world situations to get them ready for what they may face. This video right here is from training the facility there in Quantico, Virginia, called Hogan's Alley, a replication of a community that provides as close to real situations for all agents as you can get. The FBI considers itself the most diverse law enforcement agency in the world, but is looking to do more. And you might be able to fit in for that. And so joining me this morning to talk about the ongoing effort, GiGi Joyner, Special Agent Recruitment Coordinator for the Houston office of the FBI. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Kimbrough. Thank you for having me.
We talk about why people get into the FBI, and we're talking a little bit before we started doing the taping here. And your story is fascinating and probably is not unlike a lot of others who get into the FBI. That's not what you grew up wanting to do.
I never thought I would be in the FBI. My ethnicity, I'm Chinese, and my parents, like most Asian parents, say, you got to be an attorney, a doctor, an engineer, or make a lot of money. And I thought about that. I'm like, well, the other three categories are not for me, so I guess I'll make a lot of money. So off I went to USC. I got my business degree and also got my MBA from USC. And I climbed the corporate ladder like I was supposed to. I was a salesperson, sales manager, director of sales, even owned my own company for a little bit, all in telecommunications sales. I did this for 12 years and hated every single day of it. So I don't recommend that for everybody, but it was great skills and training for where I am now.
So what was the tipping point that got you to say, to go from all that you were doing to go to the FBI?
I think you hit a point in your life, in your career, where you realize money isn't everything, and I just really wanted that job satisfaction. I wanted a purpose in life, and for me, that was it. I had to make that change, and I decided I'm going for the FBI. My husband, Chuck Joyner, is a retired agent, and even though I'm married to him, I didn't know all the different things and facets of the FBI. And so as I'm listening to him talk about his career, I thought, well, that's very interesting. I want to solve crimes. I want to drive cars fast and backwards. I want to shoot guns. I enjoy physical fitness, so that was the turning point for me.
So talk about the ongoing program, because the FBI, really, you have more in terms of elite agencies. The program itself, you look at what goes on there, it looks that you can't come in and not be physically fit. Talk about the kinds of training that goes on in the initial phases and how that leads to other things. Everybody goes to a certain phase, the basics, I'm guessing, and then off to specialize from that point on.
Correct. All of our agents go to Quantico, Virginia, and you do 19 weeks of training at the FBI Academy. And we're gonna train you as a generalist. You don't need to know how to shoot guns or how to make entries, any of that, because we hire from a variety of backgrounds and a very diverse group of people. So you get in, we train you in the basics on how to do federal investigations. And that's in counterterrorism, counterintelligence, cyber, and criminal. And so as we put you through those paces, we teach you about firearms, we teach you about defensive tactics, we teach you about just scenarios. That's what Hogan's Alley is. And then after you graduate, you go to your field office, and then you'll get continued specialized training.
This whole process of 19 weeks is a long time. It seems
is.
like compared to the general basic training for military, for example, 19 weeks is longer than military. But in terms of somebody who might be thinking about going into the FBI, it should be really highlighted about all the different areas of specialization in the real world that you get FBI people from, that become FBI agents from all different walks of life.
Correct. I think there's a misconception of who we hire. I think most people think you need a criminal justice degree or you need a law enforcement background or a military background. But in fact, we hire from all walks of life. So from accountants, attorneys, engineers, NASA rocket scientists, teachers, even salespeople, every walk of life, because it's important to have diversity of not just ethnicity, but also your background, because that's what makes the FBI strong.
It seems like that's a classic example of wanting to have an agency that represents the community that we live in, and we're becoming a more diverse country, maybe not so politically, because we're still kind of split in a lot of different ways there. We'll get that worked out. But a lot of us, we're still diversified in terms of our ethnicities and those kinds of things. So is that kind of what you're looking for now? And this is, you have an ongoing effort now for diversity recruitment, but that's ongoing. It's not just now, it's all the time, is it not?
Absolutely. We are hiring diverse agents all the time. We want our agents to represent our communities. And it's very important for us to, attract, minorities and women. So we recruit, we train, and then we promote. We really want women and people of color in our ranks, and we need a very diversified workforce.
So Special Agent in Charge Perry Turner already told me that I'm too old to apply. So having that, my dream is gone.
There are other positions for you. We can still hire you.
Okay, so that's a good idea, because I'm about ready to let this job go. So I'll maybe come to the FBI. What does somebody have to know if they want to try to apply? What can you tell them the best way to start that process?
To become a special agent, you need to be between the ages of 23 and 36 years old. You must be a U.S. citizen. You need to have a 4-year degree from an accredited college or university with 2 years of professional work experience, or a master's with 1 year of professional work experience. And of course, you got to be able to pass that fit test. And I'm sure you can do it.
I can do everything except the age thing. I can do that. If they want to contact, what's the FBI contact information?
You would contact FBIjobs.gov, and you apply to careers. And if you're interested in diversity, search for diversity recruiting, and you will see different avenues of how you can get into the FBI.
Well, you're giving me this dream again, Gigi. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be able to have this conversation with you. Good luck on the diversity recruitment. I know you're already great at it, but this hopefully will help other people get some more ideas about getting involved.
Thank you, Kimbrough.
Thank you as well.